Hello, everybody. How's it going? It is Matt, and it is Sinful Sunday, and I am back at you with yet another review. And before I roll on to anything, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when I am here. I know it's an awful lot lately, but I have an awful lot on my plate, and I hope you guys bear with me. Also, one last huge tidbit of information is in the description box. I gave you your starring cast, your directors, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can purchase this, and a link for where, if you decide, you can toss me a couple of bucks and help support the channel. With all that said in mind, let's get all that out of the way, and let's roll on to the film of the day. And this one came out back in 2021, and it is none other than the very crazy, bizarre, wild movie known as Symbolicus Volume 1. Wow is all I can really say about this movie. It is really bizarre, a bit of a task with some of the stories. A couple of the stories are a little rough around the edges, I'm not gonna lie. But all in all, it is a watchable, very watchable film, very solid. Has lots of interesting stories going on. You have 13 different symbols, 13 different directors, and we have Victor Bonacore did the triangle. His is the very final story on there. It is a very, very cool one. Probably my second favorite out of all of them. We have Cindy Meredith with the upside down cross. Hers is also extremely bizarre, very dark, very what you would say it is satanic. It's just straight up just craziness. It's pretty cool. And then we got with the Octagon, we got Joe Meredith. Her husband Joe hopped on here as well. He pulled double duty. He directed and also did camera work, some other extra work for Sydney's film Upside Down Cross. And then we roll on over to Spiral with Michael Todd Schneider. Michael Todd Schneider did a very good job with Spiral. It would be my probably it's in the top 5 for sure for the ones that I enjoy out of this. I think it is probably one of the more well-made ones out of all of them, next to Victor's. Victor's and Casper Jules are probably the two best out of all of this. Jonathan Doe, he did what was Jonathan Doe? Jonathan Doe did the Hexagon, and his was very good. I thought that was a very interesting ordeal as well. Or he did the Pentagon. I'm sorry, not the Hexagon, the Pentagon. The Hexagon was done by none other than Marcus Koch, however it's pronounced. I am so sorry. Marcus, you did a fantastic job with yours as well. I think yours is probably the most has the most artistic value to it. One of the better ones as well. The only ones that I didn't really care for, I thought Patrick Fortin's was a little weak for him. James Bell's was not as good for him as well. Usually his stuff is much better in my opinion. It's not terrible. It's not a bad one. It's just probably not one of the stronger ones in the film. And then we also have Gurkis Gurwinder. I'm sorry, Gurkis. Yours is very fun. I really enjoyed the whole Caesar aspect of it. I thought that was really cool, and his whole fascination with loving of dead animals, especially dead felines. He is sexually attracted to dead cats. So if that bothers you, do not watch his, because it's done very silly in ways, but it definitely is one that will stick with you and make you just really kind of grossed out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty gnarly. And then we go on down to Heart with Jessie Seitz. Jessie Seitz did a good job with Heart. Jessie is a very interesting filmmaker. I mostly know her for her special effects work. I saw this, and I also reviewed Beyond Horror. Both of those that she has helped direct stuff for, and I thought she's done an amazing job. I think both her and Marcus make a great team with as far as setting this up. I think they did a really good job with that, and I'm really excited to tackle 2 and then eventually 3. 2 will be next month, and then 3 will be probably the following month. Mostly because I don't want to do them too close to each other, because I think they would be too similar in the style of explaining them, and I feel like you guys might lose interest if I were to do all 3 in one sitting, or 3 back to back to back. One of those type of ordeals. And then we roll down to Jeff Schneider's Infinity. Infinity is an interesting one as well, which is this symbol right here, obviously. Very bizarre as well. I liked it. Not one that is gonna stick in your brain a whole lot. A couple of these are kind of forgettable. His isn't forgettable. It's just not quite as good as some of the other ones, like Casper Jules, Jonathan Doe's, Marcus's is really good. Gurkis is really good. Victor is phenomenal in here. It's my first film that I've ever seen of Victor's, and I want to see more. Where we roll on to next? Oh, and then we had Square with Patrick Fortin. Like I said, it's not his best work, but it is still pretty cool. Very fun. I liked it still, no matter what. I'm a fan of Patrick. I think he's a amazing artist, and does just some really cool stuff. I did 3D fun, or 3D animate, the 3D film he made just recently. That was a lot of fun to review. Very, very bizarre as well. I think it would make a great double feature with this, not gonna lie. And then we roll on down to Circle with Maddie Soikli. I'm so sorry, Maddie. I am not trying to murder your last name. Either way, I thought you did a great job with Circle as well. It's very, very interesting one. One that I also enjoyed. Honestly, I enjoyed the whole movie, other than a couple of them I thought were a bit of a task. And then we go down to X with James Bell. Like I said, his was a little bit of a task. His could have been a lot better, in my opinion. I think it's probably the weakest out of all of the entire movie, unfortunately. Please don't murder me if you disagree. It's just my personal opinion. I thought it was probably not the best one out of all of them. It really just didn't feel as good as his other stuff, like what do we got? We got Dog Dick, which is just not for everyone, not for me, but it is very well made. I will give him that. The Bliss, Tantrum, those are both very, very well made films and kind of cool, you know. So, you know what style of film you're getting yourself into when you check out his version. And then we go down to the Pentagon with Jonathan Doe. Jonathan Doe's, this is the first thing I've seen Jonathan filmed. I have not seen Barf Bunny. I probably won't. I'm not really into the whole vomiting thing. If it was a gory film, a gore fest, I would totally check it out. I do like Felicia Fisher a lot. I think she is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love her work she did for Baroque House. I think she is just a fantastic actress. So maybe someday I'll give Barf Bunny a role, but right now I'm in no rush. And then we go down to the Hexagon with Marcus Koch. Really enjoyed his as well. His is probably, like I said, my third favorite out of all of this. The first one being Victor's, second one being Casper, and then third being Marcus. I really enjoyed his. I thought it was really good. Casper Jewel is going to round everything out with Star. His is by far the most polished out of all of them. It has the most production value, I feel, next to Victor's. They both are just extremely polished, extremely well made, fantastic direction. Now, with all that said in mind, let's roll on to the things that I like to complain about. Audio was good in here. I didn't have any problems hearing or understanding what was being said with any of the stories, even the foreign film ones where I had to read subtitles, which I am perfectly okay with. I have no problem with subtitles or foreign film. I actually love a lot of foreign films. As you can see, there's one right here. Yes, it's a very good one. It's King of the Cannibals, yes. Or Cannibal Messiah, as it is known here in the States. Yes. But either way, let's roll back onto this. If they do a Symbolicus Volume 4, get the guys from Psycho Productions to do... try to get them to do a segment. I think they would be a cool fit. I'm a huge fan of their stuff. I think Crippler Chris and Master W are awesome dudes, and I really like them. I think they would fit well in with this franchise. So it gets a on the audio, so it definitely works well. As far as dialogue, there's some with dialogue, some without dialogue. The best dialogue is in Casper Jules, I think. There's just something about his story that the way things are broken down and delivered and said and done, it just really is effective, and it does a very amazing job. And I can't say enough good things about that. His is just superb, a phenomenal story. So it'll get an A on dialogue for it could get an A plus if some of the other ones had a little more dialogue. I was wanting some dialogue in Upside Down Cross. I would have liked Jonathan Doe's was okay without dialogue. The dialogue in Gurkis's film, which one did he do? He did Question Mark, which was very funny, very interesting dialogue as well. So it'll get an A on that as well. Now, as far as editing goes, it's very interesting. It's hard to judge that one. I'm going to give it an A just because I feel like they did a good job just editing all these stories in together without any kind of wraparound story to kind of give us an idea of what we're getting ourselves into. Not that there really is one needed for it. You don't need a wraparound story with every anthology. I think it works rather well without it. Now, with my 1 through 5 scale, I'm going to give this thing a 3.5 out of 5. It's above average. Could be better. Could be a train wreck. I see a lot of really bad reviews for this one, which I don't think it's a bad film at all. I think it's interesting. It's bizarre. It's one that'll stick with you. It's one that'll make you scratch your head in places and go, huh, interesting. But all in all, it's not a bad film. I think it's very, very, very much worthwhile of getting. I'm going to give you the link for Marcus's Facebook, and that is where, and you can just message him through there to get this. You can get all 3 from him. All right, guys, I love your faces. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm going to put this down. What do we got going on tomorrow? Tomorrow is Channel 99 from Joe Sherlock, and then we got to go Tuesday with 6 Strings. We're returning to Kelly Helen Thompson film land. We're going to do The Embalmers on the 20th. 21st is still up in the air. I'm not going to name off anything yet. I think it's going to be a Canadian film is all I'm going to say. And then to round out the week, we're going to be doing Reel number 1 on Friday. So we have a lot in store. So Saturday, Sunday, I will not be here this next coming weekend. So you guys can binge watch or do whatever. Send me awful messages. I don't know. I don't care. Just have fun and have a great day and all that lovely stuff. And as always, peace.